Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be a testing Body Shop makeup video. I'm back on a roll with these testing makeup videos, so let me know if there's any brands in particular that you do want me to try out. But today we are going to be trying out a full face of Body Shop. I think I have pretty much everything, apart from a concealer and brows, so I have already filled in my brows. But yeah, pretty much everything here is completely new to me. I even have some of their new brushes, which I've heard a lot about. So let's get into it. So first of all, I'm going to be priming my skin using the OMBRE primer. I have tried this a few times before, but only in passing. I don't really have an opinion on it just yet. But from what I can remember, it does blend into the skin kind of like the Benefit Professional. Oh my god, this smells so good. So next I'm going in with foundation. This is the Fresh Nude foundation and this is in Sahara Light number 30. This looks like it could be too pale for me, but I do have some of their darkening drops as well as some of their lightening drops, so I don't think I'm going to be needing this. I think I'm going to be focusing more on this guy, but I'll do a pump of this onto my skin first. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's very liquidy. It's just slowly moving down my hand there, and I do think this is a little bit too pale for me. Like, it's the right skin colour for my actual face, but we kind of want to match this situation going on here, so I am going to add a few drops of the darkening drops. I think that's how you do it anyway, so they are quite dark. So 1 drop maybe, 2 drop maybe, that's what it looks like. And what should we do? I do actually have a foundation brush as well, so I'm going to go in with that. This is the, okay, they don't have a name, but it's like a flat top buffing brush, and I'm going to try and mix that around. The dropper is a little bit difficult to use. Doesn't really seem to want to come out, I think, because it's quite thick. Anything, and we'll see how that blends out. Okay, so it does make it quite ashy. And by this point it is all blending into my hand. So I'm going to add more of the foundation. And I think we're just going to have to work with it like that. So I think if you do have a slightly more cool tone complexion, you could probably get away with it. I'd say that's still looking quite ashy, but I'm gonna roll with it. I'm a bit nervous that this is literally coming out grey. I'm gonna do some on my face, and then I think I might just have to go in with the paler foundation. So it's giving me like a fairly medium coverage. I feel like it's quite a light coverage, but then if you put on as much foundation as I like to, it does get more of a medium coverage. So for example, maybe you guys can see that little tiny spot there. You can see it does cover it up. It doesn't completely cover it up. I still need a little tiny touch of concealer on there. But it does cover it up enough. So this foundation does seem to be oxidizing a little bit on my skin. It's just something to know. I'm not mad about that because I do want it to go a little bit darker if I can. Okay, so as you can see, very dewy. Maybe a bit too dewy even for me, so you would definitely need to powder this down a little bit. So like I said, I don't have a Body Shop concealer. I'm just going to go in with the Lottie London one, and I'm just going to apply that under my eyes and try not to poke myself in the eye with that. And also go over any blemishes and red spots, like around my nose. Okay, so pretty happy with that coverage. I cannot wait to matte this foundation down. Never thought I would ever say that. So next I have the Instamatte Mattifying Compact, and I thought this was a powder. It's like a crazy balm, so I've never used anything like this. I don't know what would be the best brush to use something like this. I'm gonna go with my fingers first and kind of see. I'm not giving you guys the finger. Oh wow, look at that tan job. Rookie mistake. Where have we got the most shine? Because I'm going to see if we can get rid of it. So we have a whole lot of shine here. I feel like that got rid of some of it. Okay, this is moving the foundation around quite a bit underneath. I think this is probably best on clean skin, if I'm honest, because it does just seem to be moving the foundation around a little bit. So I'm gonna skip that. I may have to try that another day. I'm just gonna quickly go in with some of the powder and sort this shininess out. So I'm just gonna quickly take this Daniel Sandler powder, because it was the first one to hand. And I'm taking this brush, which I really like the look of, for dusting my under eyes. And I'm just going to blot that where I need it, which is pretty much all over my face right now. I do think this foundation would be really good if you do want to have like a full-on glowy look, and then you can just mattify down some of the areas that you maybe don't want to be as glowy. See, once it's mattified down, it does just look really nice and glowy as opposed to kind of wet. So I'm now going to bronze everything up a little bit using this bronzing powder in the shade Medium Matte 03, and I'm going to take this flat brush first and just take some of that and pop that into the contours. So this is quite a light bronzer. I'm just going to blend that upwards for a second. I am going to blend it out a little bit more in a minute, but I'm just kind of defining my cheekbones with this first. And then I'm going to take that brush that I love and go over that. In fact, I might just use this brush for it because I feel like it blends it out a lot nicer. I'm also just going to go under my jawline as well. This is definitely more of a bronzing powder as opposed to a contour, but you can do a little bit of both. I'm actually now going to go in with a really big brush just to warm everything up a whole lot more. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Next up we have a highlighter, and I've never heard anything about the Body Shop highlighters, so I'm very intrigued by this. This is their Shimmer Waves in the shade Coral, and I think I'm going to take these two shades down here and kind of mix them together. Let me just swatch them for you guys. So it is quite rose goldy, and if we swatch it there, ooh, that's got a nice little glow to it. I need to find a new word to describe things that are shiny. Huh! See, when I look at this, I'm not overly excited, but especially this bottom shade down here, this is nice. It's like not crazy intense, which is probably good because we all know I can go a little bit overboard on the highlighter sometimes, but if I show you guys again, it's just really, really nice and reflective. I love how I was there saying that the foundation was too glowy, too shiny, needed to matte it down. And then here I am chucking a whole palette of highlighter on my face. So next up I have two eyeshadow palettes. They're both the Down to Earth eye palettes. I like the idea of these because I don't know if you guys can see, but you can actually pop them out so you can mix and match them and stuff like that. The one I have is the shade 02, which is the kind of more orangey, peachy colours, and then I've got this one which I actually got in a Christmas gift set, I think. This is called the Go for Gold Quad. So I think I'm just going to mix the two colours together and just come up with something like I always do. So first of all, I'm going in with that Go for Gold palette, and I'm going to take this kind of lid shade. They are quite dusty, but that's not always a bad thing. It does mean they can just be super, super pigmented, and I mean, I know this doesn't really look like much, but looking at this blends out very well. I'm going to go in with the other quad and go in with this taupey shade here. I'll swatch this again for you guys. So they do feel very, very nice, and I wouldn't say buttery, but just like a nice finely milled powder on the skin. Yeah, these blend out very, very nicely. So I don't feel like I have too many colour options here. I have a lot of dark colours, but I don't want to go too dark, but I am going to go in with the darkest colour. And I'm going to take that and just pop that on the outer corner of my eye. Just to kind of warm things up a little bit, or deepen things up a little bit. So I think I'm going to take this kind of bronzy-ish shade. Doesn't really look like too much. Let's try what this peachy one looks like. Yeah, I think I might take a mixture of those two shades onto the tracksuit bottom as it goes, and kind of pack that onto the lid a bit more. So these are very subtle shimmers. I also quickly thought I would show you guys these. These are the Eye Colour Stick. This one is in Cypress Bronze, and oh, that's nice. Huh. I also have this one, which is in the shade Nevada Gold. Oh, these are really good. Okay, change of plan. Adding these into the mix as well. I always stray away from cream products because I don't tend to like them that much. But so far, the blush has come through. the cream eyeshadows have come through. That is a really nice inner corner eye highlight. I wonder if we can do a little situation on the brow bone as well. Oh, we can. And then I think I want to take this darker one as well. I don't really know what we're doing here. So I'm just adding a little bit of that other one just over to the lid. Doesn't want to go over the powder, which, who can blame it? I'm just going to blend that in again just a little bit more. Okay, boys and girls, we're now going to move on to liner. This is the Skinny Felt liner, and I'm just going to show you guys. Ooh, she's black. And, oh my god. I can already tell this is so good. Oh, she's a good one. Oh, hell yeah. Why have I never heard anyone talk about this liner before? This is possibly in my top 3. Definitely recommend this guy. Next we'll move on to mascara. This is called the Big and Curvy Waterproof Mascara. And the brush is, oh, the brush looks good. You guys know I love my like skinny, plasticky, kind of almost clumpy-ish ones. That is my jam. Very, very black. Wouldn't say it's my favourite mascara that I've tried, but it is nice. For once I haven't actually smoked out my lower lash line, which is a first in a very long time. It makes them so long. Okay, so now we're on to the fun bit, the lips. I have a ton of lip products here. I have one lip liner, I also have some lipsticks. So we've got a red one, a purpley one, and a pinky one. But then you guys know this is what I'm most excited about, and that is their liquid lipsticks. I'm very excited about these. I'm going to show you guys the lipsticks on their own and also the liner, but the grand finale is all about these guys. So first of all, we're going to go in with lip liner. This one looks quite pale. It's called their Lip Definer, and it's in the shade 100, no, I was going to say it's in the shade 100% wood, but I think that just means that it's just made out of 100% wood. I can't actually find the shade of this, but I will leave a link to it down below. So very, very fair. They feel quite creamy. Actually, now that I've got it going, it is showing some pigment. I'd probably say if it was a darker colour it would work a lot better, but because it is so light you can sort of see some of my natural lip colour underneath, so it's probably not ideal if you have quite pigmented lips in terms of colour. Like my lips are naturally sort of more of a nudie pinky colour. So next we're going to go in with lipstick. Do we want red? Do we want purple? I think I might wear purple actually, because I never really wear purple lipstick. So I'm going to go in with this shade here just to mix things up a little bit, and it's in the shade Magenta Matte. Okay, so it's a matte one. Pigment. They smell kind of good as well. Looking at it, because it looks so shiny in the packet, I don't know if you can see that, but I was looking at it thinking this is going to be a messy ass lipstick. But no, this is really, really nice. Not my usual colour, but really like the formulation, and they are very pigmented as well. I'll quickly show you guys these other two colours here as well. So this is the more pinky shade. That looks quite nice actually, it's almost like a cranberry pink. And this is the red shade, which looks quite orangey to me. I really like the look of that one. And then we're gonna have some fun with these guys. So the first one that I'm gonna try is in the shade Orchid, and it's like this mauvey pink shade. Do they have a smell? Oh my god. That was a good oh my god. These smell like apricot almost, like apricot yogurt. Mmm, okay. Oh, they taste like it as well. Okay, so that is the colour. Not the most opaque liquid lipstick in the world, but they feel very, very comfortable. I'm just gonna wait for a minute, see if they dry down matte. Okay, so I have waited a little bit and they don't seem to dry down to like a proper matte liquid lipstick. They are almost like a satin finish. I don't know if you guys can see, they're not 100% matte. They are very, very comfortable, which is a plus. I feel like it would be maybe worth it to get a lip liner or something, and I have just noticed that it is smudging onto my teeth quite a bit. But yeah, they are definitely very, very comfortable, so if you hate the feeling of like dry liquid lipsticks, these are definitely not drying. And now I'm going to go into the nude shade, which is called Carnation, and it's in the number 30. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. This one feels a lot more kind of thick and moussey. More like a soft matte lip cream. So straight from the get-go, this one looks a lot more matte instantly. And I really love the colour. It still feels quite comfortable on the lips. It is a bit more drying, but I actually prefer that because I do like more of a matte liquid lipstick. Yeah, I can see that as I'm talking it is drying down a lot more, just like a sort of NYX soft matte lip cream style. And I do really like the colour of this. It's almost like a peachy, apricot-y nude sort of shade. Definitely prefer this a lot more than the last one, so maybe double check on your hand or something. Maybe I got a dodgy one that just wasn't as mattifying, but maybe, you know, maybe the colours are just slightly different in formulation and stuff like that as well. But for this colour, I really like this. So now we'll move on to shade number 24 called Lotus. This is more of like a hot pink. Again, this one is more of like a NYX soft matte lip cream formula, so I think I must have just had like a dud one or something. Again, exactly the same in terms of application for the last one. Definitely think I must have had a dud with the first one because I really love the formulation of these. This one was a lot more opaque as well, obviously because it's like a more deeper colour, but yeah, really like this. I think this shade in particular would be really good for summer. They do also still move around on the lips, which is good. Yeah, really in love with these. So last but certainly not least, we have this kind of reddy pink shade. This one is in the number 14 and it's called Amaryllis. So this is the last shade, Amaryllis, and again, same consistency. Really love the formulation of these guys, just don't love how they always end up on my teeth. But yeah, I do really like these. Again, for the third time, I think the first one I had must have just been a bit of a dud, so I definitely recommend checking the formulations on the back of your hand or something before you go ahead and purchase. Overall, looking at the makeup, I'd say generally it was okay. Like some of the products, for example, like the liquid lipsticks in the end were really good. The eyeshadow sticks I really liked. The eyeshadows themselves I really liked as well. It's just that the colours weren't necessarily up my street. They were a bit too cool tone for me. The lipsticks, like the actual just regular normal lipsticks, were so good. I love those. As for the base, I'm not really a fan, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I think it looks nice, and considering I have fairly normal skin and most foundations tend to work with me, this one has separated a little bit. I will do close-ups, but you can actually see that the mascara has also transferred onto my face as well. It does kind of still feel a little bit sticky, even though I did put quite a bit of powder on it, and it does still look almost a little bit sweaty, and I'm actually really cold right now. And you can also see, again, I'll do close-ups, that it has kind of separated on my nose and kind of mixed with the oils there as well. So not the biggest fan of the base. I definitely think check out like the coloured products, so the liquid lipsticks, the lipsticks, the liners, just kind of the extras that you put on your face to kind of switch up your look a little bit more. But the base products, I would kind of give them a bit of a miss. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and if you've tried any Body Shop products, then do let me know what you think. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me. I post 3 times a week on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.